together, let's make a scene. Go green, go green. It's easier to go green when you're a team. Go green, go green. Make our neighborhood the very best it's ever been. Go green, go green. Gather everyone together, let's
Yo,
make
blessed
a scene.
love people. This is the voice of the man them called J Papa. Alright about now, you're listening to My Environment, My Wealth. With the pretty empress them called Afro. Your blessed love people. This is the voice of the
Go green. It's easier to go green when you're a team. Go green, go green.
Good morning this morning. This morning is the finest morning. There's no other morning like this morning. If tomorrow's morning is the finest morning, then there's no other morning like this morning. Good morning to you and welcome to April. Oh my goodness. Okay, with all the hassles and tension here and there, and everyone is adopting and adapting. It's a beautiful day, really, and I think that should enjoy it and make the full, enjoy it to the fullest. It's really beautiful, and I feel that this month is going to be more beautiful than today because it's Earth Month. Yeah. You remember we've been preparing for the Earth Day celebration come the 22nd of April. And we started our celebrations last month. But then this Earth Month, it's April, so I target Earth Month. And every day of this month, I would encourage you to do something positive for Mother Earth. Like I would always remind us, there is no other planet but Mother Earth. Just one. But a lot of us act as though there's an alternative planet where when things go wrong here, we just move on to the next planet. There's no planet B. It's just one planet. Last week, I hope you enjoyed the session. We talked about ways and what to do during a pandemic as it is right now. And I told you how try not to call or give, unnecessary attention to this particular situation because I know it's something that is under control and could be controlled. So yes, whatever we do is stay safe, and staying safe should be every day and not just during a pandemic. So yes, what we always admonish you to do, sanitization, cleaning, sanitation, washing your hands, and cleaning your environment. It should be a daily activity, not just during a pandemic. I mean, I've been washing my hands where I stayed. I didn't realize the whole place was filled with black suits, and I kept washing my hand. It was sticky until I turned on lights and noticed I needed to be cleaned up. So you see that as far as River State is concerned, there is trouble. We're just after this current pandemic, but there are other problems like the black suit that has not been attended to. If we put in good energy like we're putting in right now about this pandemic, I'm sure the black suit would have been a thing of the past. It would have been something we would have been referring to. But no, it appears that because it doesn't affect other states in Nigeria or because it doesn't affect the G8 countries, then it's okay. We can live with it. But trust me, that is even a more silent killer. So yes, today we'll be looking at what you should do. Again, apart from personal hygiene and sanitization, I'll be sharing with you what you should do that would help other people during a pandemic as it is right now. And of course, I would be reading to you and sharing with you thoughts and concerns of a lot of people who have joined the 1,000-man Earth Rise. It's now an online program and anybody can participate from any part of the world, actually. Because I thought it was Earth Day Nigeria and Earth Day Africa, but I have responses from across the globe. So yes, anyone, anywhere can participate. Celebrate Mother Earth. If you want, that's if you're certain that this is the only planet you can survive. Don't forget that Mother Earth can survive without you, but you couldn't. I mean, when God created heavens and the earth and everything in it, man was the last option. Man was the last that God made. He didn't just create man. He made him in his image. Okay, so you see that before man even existed, every other part of the ecosystem, but the living and non-living part, existed. So it means they can thrive without man. They don't need man to destroy or feed on plants and animals to survive. They could just survive by themselves, and it would be a lot better for them. But you see, man needs plants to survive. Man needs animals to survive. Man needs other parts of the ecosystem to survive. So why would the same man who is in their need of all of these components of the environment be the one destroying it? Do you think this pandemic is an eye-opener? Mother Earth is healing. Like I said last week, there are less travels by air, land, and sea. And trust me, the carbon footprint is reducing, freight cost is reducing. I mean, cost of carbon incurred during shipping of, human and merchandise, it has reduced. Carbon footprints during travels on the road have also reduced. So tell me, Mother Earth is actually gaining, and maybe man is losing. Out of his own, he created the situation. So sometimes man thinks he's being smart, but in the long run, it's a little stupid what we do sometimes. My happiness is that Mother Earth is healing naturally, because I always tell you, allow the environment to replenish itself. Mother Earth is replenishing herself right now, and it's Earth Month. So yes, we're gonna be sharing with you. And like I said, if you go via our social media handles, at MyWealth, MyEnvironment, you would see some of the campaign flyers of people from all around Nigeria and beyond Nigeria as well. So yes, you can join the online activity. It's 1,000 man Earth Rise. We're trying to raise 1,000 people to talk, and we're not just celebrating Earth Day. We're looking at local problems unique to River State, and we're asking people to learn the voices to raise the alarm. Okay, the project basically is about curbing the black soot situation in Port Harcourt. I give you details on that one because we have good news and some level of support from a platform to prefer solution. We have a solution to the black soot situation. We're not saying we can end the black soot, but pending when the relevant authorities do the needful, we have a temporary measure that can help us stay alive and stay safe even during this pandemic. Because if it actually breaks out here, we would probably record more casualties because our systems are already damaged by the black soot. And don't forget that this current pandemic, the severe symptom is difficulty in breathing. And when you have a larger percentage of residents in Port Harcourt with respiratory tract infections and respiratory crisis on the increase, then you can imagine what will happen if this pandemic hits Port Harcourt. Many would not survive it. So why don't we look out for ways to stay safe and ensure that our immune system and our respiratory systems are intact and in place and healthy so that we can now fight the pandemic. I don't intend, or I don't hope that this would, stay beyond a few more days, but they say prevention is better than cure. All right, I'm going to play you a song right now by someone I respect. Of course, you would be enjoying his song before now. His name is Samsung, the short boy. And this song is really interesting. It's going to get you on your feet dancing. Eat it work. Stick around. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Make our neighborhood the very best it's ever been. Go green.
He's a child boy, Samsung.
The spirit of the Lord in my heart. When I speak in tongues, even my ties are nothing. The name of Jesus in my mouth. It will work, it will work. I put my time, put an end to the suffering. My life is turning on the own. You said? Turning on the own. Don't talk down on the anointing. Small talk can bring you down to nothing. What you don't understand, live it. Makes no sense, still take a stand. This is our life, our culture. We are from the Commonwealth of Zion. We lead by a difference of the rules. This is what we do, and this is how we rule. The word of God in my mouth. The spirit of the Lord in my heart. When I speak in tongues, even my tithes are nothing. The name of Jesus in my mouth. It will work, it will work. You say it will work. It will work, it will work, it will work. Keep saying, don't stop talking it. A closed mouth is a closed up destiny. Quiet Christians die quietly. If you must live right, only say the right thing. Kabaye, kabaye.
You just speak in tongues.
Calm down, this is not my secret. Now the power and the glory of His Trinity. When I speak in tongues, dominate circumstances. Speak in tongues, move on the mountain. When I speak in tongues, I change situations. Speak in tongues for the devil in confusion. This is our life, our culture. We are from the Commonwealth of Zion. We lead by a difference of the rules. This is what we do, and this is how we rule. The word of God in my mouth. The spirit of the Lord in my heart. When I speak in tongues, even my tithes are nothing. The name of Jesus in my mouth. It will work, it will work. You say it will work. It will work, it will work, it will work. If you want your life to take a new turn, all you need to do is say these words after me. Say, Lord, I believe in you, and I receive the power to become the Son of God. Say, Lord, I believe in you, and I receive the power to become the Son of God. The word of God in my mouth, the spirit of the Lord in my heart. When I speak in tongues, even my tithes are nothing. The name of Jesus in my mouth. It will work, it will work. You say it will work. It will work, it will work, it will work. Suffering. My life is turning on the own. You said? Turning on the own. Don't talk down on the anointing. Small talk can bring you down to nothing. What you don't understand, live it. Makes no sense, so still take a stand. This is our life, our culture. We are from the Commonwealth of Zion. We lead by a difference of the rules. This is what we do, and this is how we rule. The word of God in my mouth. The spirit of the Lord in my heart. When I speak in tongues, even my tithes are nothing. The name of Jesus in my mouth. It will work, it will work. You say it will work. It will work, it will work, it will work. Keep saying, don't stop talking it. A closed mouth is a closed up destiny. Quiet Christians die quietly. If you must live right, only say the right thing. Kabaye, kabaye.
You just speak in tongues.
Calm down, this is not my secret. Now the power and the glory of His Trinity. When I speak in tongues, dominate circumstances. Speak in tongues, move on the mountain. When I speak in tongues, I change situations. Speak in tongues for the devil in confusion. This is our life, our culture. We are from the Commonwealth of Zion. We lead by a difference of the rules. This is what we do, and this is how we rule. The word of God in my mouth.
It works.
The spirit of the Lord in my heart.
It didn't work. Sorry, I'm enjoying myself right here in the studio. I told you I was going to be sharing with you more things, what you can do during a pandemic is this. Seriously, why Christians die? Because they don't know what is working. But I know, it didn't work. All right, so yeah, one point I'm going to share with you is the fact that during a situation like this, you need to share something hopeful and positive, and that's why I'm playing this song, because, don't you like the beats? I'm really dancing here, and I'm really joyful, because I know this April is going to be better. It's going to make up for all the pains and agony around the world, all the losses. It's going to make up, really. And if you believe that, I think, yes, it's okay for you to believe that. It didn't work. It didn't work.
Even my ties are not free. The name of Jesus in my mouth.
It didn't work. Yeah.
It didn't work. It didn't work.
It didn't work.
You said it didn't work.
It didn't work.
It didn't work. It didn't work.
Alright, so share something hopeful and positive. It can be really difficult to deal with all the news right now. And instead of just feeding people, there are those that have been very consistent with telling the number of deaths and how many revealing names, which is not okay because of stigma problems and people treating a person badly when they're not the right authority to handle a situation. So we need to be careful this period. We really need to be careful. All right, if you must share something really, really positive and hopeful. Like my father would always say, I learned from my father, Dum Spiro Sparrow. While I breathe, I hope. Some of you would paraphrase to where there is life, there is hope. Dum Spiro Sparrow. While I breathe, I hope. So don't be alive and spilling agony, spilling pain, spilling negativity. Be optimistic. That's the best way to pull through situations like this. And yeah, listen to It Didn't Work by Samsung the Church Boy. It didn't work, it didn't work. Oh my goodness, I've been dancing really, and I'm going to continue dancing after now. Okay? You can even share, like I said I was going to share thoughts and recommendations, experiences of the Black situation in Port Harcourt. Those of us that have already joined the online campaign, you can go via social media handles and see how to join the campaign. All you need to do is send us your picture, your name, your location, name of your organization as well, and we'll create a flyer, a personal flyer with your either an experience you've had with Black Suit or something about just celebrate Mother Earth by all means. Something positive to encourage people out there. If you're sharing an experience of Black Suit, then make sure that it comes with a recommendation. Now, the campaign is actually about the biological control, like I said, using nature-based solutions to reduce the abundance of Black Suit in homes. Now, it is a known fact, like I told you earlier, that one severe symptom of the pandemic right now is difficulty in breathing. Now, if we had to run a statistics of every resident in Port Harcourt, don't forget that a lot of people have migrated. They have actually left this town to, settle in other cities because of the Black Suit situation that has been lingering for the past 4 to 5 years. So yes, if we had to run a statistics or do an x-ray, a lot of us would have a respiratory tract altered and unhealthy because of the Black Suit we have. Like I said in my flyer, I've been smoking Black Suit for the past 4 years, and that's a fact. I think it applies to everyone. So what can we do? We can't just fold our hands and do nothing. For me, I think about solutions. I think about impact. And most times people fault my style of reason. They think, if it's not bringing in money, then you're not applying common sense. But first, after the impact, before the commercial or business aspect. So yes, from research, I discovered that some studies by NASA many years ago, people didn't take it seriously, maybe because they weren't faced with a problem, but because we are faced with this problem, I started making researches, and I discovered that there are certain plants that actually, every plant filters air. But there are specific plants that have been research has gone on the way, and results have come out to say that they filter air 9 times other plants, and not just air, but some have the ability to trap PM 2.5, particulate matter 2.5 picogram. And one of those plants happen to be something that is very common around, but many people would be wondering, why do I have to? You see people building these days and they cover everywhere with concrete, with interlock stones. And even where there's earth, people still get concrete and, do concrete mysteries and cover it up. This is not a time for that. Well, what we're doing is actually aloe vera, every home aloe vera. We want aloe vera in your home, indoors, okay? Because NASA has approved aloe vera as one other plant that absorbs or filters air 9 times other plants and has the ability to actually trap PM 2.5. So we think that if every home, every resident in Port Harcourt would have that in the home and the office, wherever you spend more time, wherever you go to, you come back to a particular home and you say you spend up to 8 hours, whether you're sleeping or you're resting, but we're looking at the time that you spend at home. And so we think that you spend more time in one place, which is your home, every day. So we say every home aloe vera so that we can reduce the abundance of the black soot in our homes and ensure that we have cleaner, safer air. Yes, now the good news is this project actually was put online on a particular platform called Share Yourself, and we were able to secure a sub-grant, a mini grant. Now the idea is that of course, we started in February. In fact, the 14th of February, actually Valentine's Day, I started that particular nursery because I felt, okay, this is one way to show love to Mother Earth and to humanity and save Port Harcourt residents. So my mom has a small garden with aloe vera, so I had to just expand it, create an extra nursery. I've been creating nurseries. I've been using plastic bottles, the big bottles, 1.5 liter and above. I cut it up and I farm compost. You remember I taught you about what to do during the festive season, the Christmas and New Year season, when we were eating so much, and I told you the perishables would be very useful. So I started then to make my own compost. I dug up little holes, and so we put kitchen perishables when we trim the grasses, the flowers, and uproot grasses from the earth surface around the house. We put it somewhere and it forms compost. So I used the first set in February to actually mix with topsoil and raise that nursery for the aloe vera. So yes, they're doing really good, and the ones in the plastic bottles serving as temporary nursery pots are actually also doing good. So we have up to 300, I think. I have up to 300 that's ready to give away, really. Now, the idea is to give these aloe vera in large planter pots that could stay in your living room or in your bedroom. And our target is the elderly people and where we have children maybe, and maybe asthmatic patients. But then don't wait on Afro Nelly and her team. No, don't wait on that. If you have aloe vera, get a planter pot. You can get a used bucket, put soil in it. It needs little or no, very little attention or supervision to grow. Okay, I'm sharing this because we started in 2018 and people didn't take it seriously. But the black soot is here. It's still here. Don't think it's disappeared. It's still here. And it's doing more damage even to our health than the pandemic right now. Because the moment your health is deteriorated and the pandemic virus hits you, you become a casualty, serious, a severe one. So we need to be prepared all around. And so yes, the Every Home Aloe Vera project is actually for Earth Day, and we had hoped to do a match and distribute these aloe vera pots. Unfortunately, we may not be able to do that, but we need you to participate online, and we'll see how we get those across to you. If you don't participate online, you may not stand a chance of getting it. And don't forget that the planter pots will cost a lot of money. So yes, we would be distributing them. We get a few planter pots, as much as the sub-grant can purchase, and we'll make those distributions. But by all means, if you are listening in right now, if you have aloe vera, talk to people about it. This is a research that has been proven, okay? Have aloe vera in your homes. Very important. We need to stay alive and healthy. Or go online yourself. Look out for other plants that can do the same work as the aloe vera. We chose the aloe vera because it is a succulent plant, and it needs very little supervision and monitoring to stay alive. Some other plants would die off if you didn't pay attention to them, but aloe vera would last. It's a hardy plant. It survives stress as well. So yes, that's why we chose that one. And we hope that every resident in Port Harcourt can buy into this idea. And if we all have aloe vera in our homes, you'll probably see the difference. You know, you breathe in cleaner, fresher, sweeter air. You know? Yes, I've had this around my home for a while now. So yes, one more thing I'm going to share with you. I told you I was going to be sharing with you what to do during a pandemic. So I talked about sharing something positive. I've done that. Something that gives you hope and keeps you optimistic. Now, the second thing you need to do as an individual is to educate yourself. Educate yourself, okay? Use your time wisely. There are loads of educational materials online. You can choose this period of isolation and lockdown, which I don't think is necessary, but you can use this period to educate yourself, learn a course. If there's something you've had interest to do for a long time, you can sign up. There are free online courses. Sign up, watch YouTube videos, take notes. Don't just watch the video. Take notes. You know what you watch, you assimilate from your understanding. You whatever you comprehend, you put it down. Make notes, personal notes. You know, just in case you don't find that video again, because some YouTube videos you can't download them, and you may not have internet at the time you really need the information, but you can always refer back to your notes. So yes, don't just watch videos and waste data. Make notes, very important, because the notes too will be helpful to some other person who could browse through your notes and without even seeing the video has been educated as well. All right. So yes, education is key right now. Don't take every information you get hook, line, and sinker from every Tom, Dick, and Harry. No, you need to verify some of the information. Otherwise, you just keep yourself terrified and tensed and pessimistic for no reason at all. So we need to be careful. If they're not from the relevant authorities, you may as well disregard it. Feed yourself, filter information this period. Otherwise, you land yourself in some deep trouble now and in the future. You start regretting, oh, why did I even listen? This is one time when you know that even as a Christian, salvation is personal. This is one time where you have to stand up for yourself. And whatever decisions you take, you'll be responsible for them. So yes, ensure that you share something positive and hopeful. Don't brew panic. Don't give people reason to, jump out of their skin unnecessarily. No, don't do that. All right? So yes, another way you can, something else you can do this period is to help others with technology and social media. Help others. There are those who may not know how to navigate. Most people have Android phones, but they don't know how to effectively or optimally utilize them. So yes, you can teach someone how to effectively use various technology as a result of the Android phone made easy, So teach people how to use the gadgets they have, and also guide them with using apps and social media that could help them this period to learn a thing or two. Yes, so helping others with technology and social media is key. Instead of sending propaganda on WhatsApp, the messages people say now, they do just taking some courses online, copy and paste. It's funny, but that's what is happening. Everybody wants to be the first to break the news of one confirmed case here, one death there, and Italy is fading away, and the US is under. Oh my goodness, we see these things in the news. The CNN, there's NTA, there's channels. Okay, so we see all of these things already. Don't harass people with unnecessary BCs. You're raising panic, and that's not nice at all. All right, so we should be careful. Turn it down a bit. We know there's a pandemic, but hey, doom sparrow. While I breathe, I hope. While you breathe, you hope. Be hopeful. Stay positive. And of course, you need to show care for others this period. I've been seeing a lot from House of Assembly members sending relief materials to their constituencies. That's a good thing. At least it's not election period and something has forced them to remember their people. Because usually it's after election they disappear. And the case of some commissioner of water resources in some states doing relief materials, and the lady makes a comment and then she gets beaten and raped and all that. You see, a lot of issues will come up with this pandemic, so we need to be careful what we do and what we say. Just take caution. Precautionary measures. Show solidarity and care for others, but you need to be careful how you do that. Don't force someone to accept help in this period. It's like someone giving you an infected nose mask. That is not help. That is automatically destroying you. So allow people to accept or decline your aid or support. Okay? And if you have enough to share, why not? Share with other people. All right, I'm going to play you a song. Like I told you, I started farming compost for the aloe vera nursery with plastic bottles. Now, if I allow them litter around, that's one way to upcycle them. But they have been turned into temporary nursery pots, pending when we get the planter pots that can be indoors. Either they're plastic materials or concrete or from clay pots, okay, or even ceramics. We're looking at the best option. Otherwise, you can even get a planter pot yourself and we give you the aloe vera you put in your homes. By all means, we need cleaner, fresher air indoors, and that's the project for the year. It's at month, it's April, and that's all we'll be talking about. At day. We need to do a lot for Mother Earth. You know, there's no alternative planet. There's just one planet Earth. So, talking about littering and upcycling pet bottles to make nurseries. I'm going to play a song, No Litters, the first anti-littering song in Nigeria, by the Verdant Circus, of course, featuring Flo, See You Flo, F-Series, Cousin Brown, and yours truly, Afro Deli. Don't stick around, don't go nowhere. Before we call it a wrap, I'll be right back to share with you thoughts from the online campaign going on. Just stick around and go nowhere.
Go green. Go green. Make our neighborhood the very best.
Series The Bit Commander.
Pass me the mic, come on. Let me see myself all that night. Hey.
Welcome to the garden, CT. Say the people started walking. DZ, market women and workers. Grinding, steady hustlers and bosses. Driving, don't litter. I say don't litter. I see you in the front seat, chilling with your driver, and you sip cold water. Side up on the window, you wanna throw it out straight into the gutter, huh? Don't do that. I say don't do that. Might not be London, but it's my bread and butter, and it might not be New York, but I love it like no other. Yeah, say I love it like no other. One time for my city, so clean. 2 times for the drainage, so free. 3 times for the scenery, so green. Yeah, we so green. Drop, we can 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 drop.
In my city, in my state,
Don't litter,
in your house, in your estate,
don't litter,
say even in the marketplace,
don't litter.
cause we want a cleaner state, we're going greener.
Pick that trash, pick that trash. Pick that trash, it will do you good. Pick that trash, pick that trash. Pick that trash where you leave your room. In the ghetto in the neighborhood. I see us for your daily food. Claim the cutters as you claim your cutters. Don't believe because environment matters.
We don't want no litter. We just need clean city. Share unique clean rivers. Make you join hands together. We don't want no litter. We just need clean city. Share unique clean rivers. Make you join hands together. We can drop. 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 We wealth, that's what it is. Stability make people follow CK. Earth is wealth, that's what it is. Stability make people follow CK. Join the team, let's keep it clean, cause our land is green. Stability, start the picking, let's make the environment clean. Join the team, let's keep it clean, cause our land is green. Make the city better, cause our land is green. We are one only time. We just need clean seeders. Share unique clean rivers. Make you join hands together. We don't want only time. We just need clean seeders. Share unique clean rivers. Make you join hands together. We can drop. 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 We can drop.
Series The Pit Commander.
Go green, go green. Gather everyone together, let's make a scene. Go green, go green. It's easier to go green when you're a team. Go green, go green. Make our neighborhood the very best it's ever been. Go green, go green. Gather everyone together, let's make a scene. Go green, go green. It's easier to go green when you're a team. Go green, go green. Make our neighborhood the very best it's ever been. Go green, go green. Gather everyone together, let's make a scene.
I have to be careful about my feet and poking my nose. Each time I try, I discover black substances. My baby niece has difficulty breathing because black particles were found in her body. The world is dying. Would we watch or take steps? Well, this is the opinion of Bernard Ogechi Havila on the online campaign for 1,000 man at Rise Every Home Aloe Vera to end black soot. And this is put together by MyEnvironment, MyWealth and Greenport Harcourt with support from shareyourself.org. By the way, Bernard Ogechi Havila is a member of Future Savers Initiative and their Twitter handle is at Future Savers NG. So you can check them out on Twitter and see more campaigns from them. Okay, we have Ugonwa Chioma Julius from Timion.com. Timion, Timiun.com. She says, live and let's live. And the Twitter handle is at Timion_ECS. Timion_ECS. Yes, we have from Prime Initiative. James Harrison says, my environment is my reflection. What about yours? You can check them out via Twitter at PIGD Green. PIGD Green. That's Prime Initiative for Green Development. On Twitter, PIGD Green. At PIGD Green. Yes. All right, we have a lot. We have almost 100 people who have joined in the campaign. Ome Odum Praise Nhachibunum says windows and doors should be shut often as possible to prevent soot from entering homes and workspaces. And she's also from Timion.com here in Port Harcourt. We have people from outside Port Harcourt. Timion also has a team member from Abuja. Godwill Favor says use nose masks and wash your hands often. Don't forget that this campaign is all tailored towards curbing the abundance of black soot in homes in Port Harcourt, and that's why we say every home aloe vera to have plants that can absorb these particles and substances and filter the air within the home 9 times other plants. That's what the project is about, and it's a way of celebrating Mother Earth. MyEnvironment, MyWealth, and Greenport Harcourt is putting this together. We want to raise 1,000 persons who would speak out and save Mother Earth from Port Harcourt, for Port Harcourt, not from Port Harcourt, because we have a lot of voices from everywhere. All right, so we have those from, I quite enjoy this one from Doris Paul from Niger Kids Craft. If you go on Twitter at Niger Kids Craft, that's NAIGAKIDSRAFT, Niger Kids Craft. She says our kids shouldn't be left out. They have the drive to do their part to take care of the earth. Let's teach them how and save the earth together. Wow. Thank you, Doris. That's from Niger Kids Craft, and she's coming on board with her team. Now, there's a quote that says, if you want adults to recycle, teach the children what to do, and they will turn teach the adults. And I quite agree with that quote, that opinion from Doris. And then we have from Sonia Ibiki, Sustainable Builders Initiative, Port Harcourt, SBI_initiative on Twitter at SBI_initiative. She says the environment isn't the problem. The problem is you. The problem is me. The problem is us. Interesting. Okay. Lots and lots we have from the Leke Development Foundation at Foundation Leke on Twitter. Barry C. Comfort, Barry Necker says the earth is my home and what fighting for. Interesting comments there. We have from Cross River State, Esther Iso. She's also a member of Temion.com. She says to bring black suit to a halt, we as individuals, not just government, should practice the R3. That's reduce, reuse, and recycle. I must say I'm impressed because this is going to raise more awareness and more people are going to understand what we're into. We have got good luck at So Why from Greenport Harcourt. It says black soot is a silent killer. Say no to black soot. Plant a tree today. It appears the awareness is gaining momentum. And yes, we have Dare from MyEnvironment, MyWealth in Lagos. It says be a part of the solution, not part of the pollution. I hope my friend, my studio engineer Iela, will join this campaign. Okay, and I have my very good friend from all the way from Australia, University of Adelaide. Did I get that correctly? Richard Agatu, of course, is from MyEnvironment, MyWealth. It says soot-free cities are more livable. Let's sequester black soot with green and sustainable practices. Interesting. So we have a voice all the way from Australia talking about the black soot situation in Port Harcourt, and this is very encouraging. I can say that anyone in any location can join, and this is how far I can go on the edition of the program. Don't forget, this is April and it's Earth Month, and we're all talking Earth Day, Earth Day, Earth Day. Join the campaign. Send us a DM via WhatsApp 0701 312-6558. Don't forget it, our city must be green, clean, and green. So give a hoot. Don't pollute. You can't go green if you don't live blue. My name is Wani Afrunelli. By all means, stay alive. Stay safe. Do have a pleasant weekend.
Go green. Go